so
It's
far.
so
Peggy.
incomplete right now that it's hard because Nick, we were saying this. We want so badly to trust and believe in Ben Johnson. This is Ryan Pohl's fourth draft.
Yes.
So we just read all of his late round picks that he's made in the prior 3 years. You go, okay. And of his top picks, there's still also, we're still waiting. That's incomplete. I can't give them a 6 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. Right now, I would give them a B for the talent level.
This was numbers, not letters.
Well, I can't do numbers.
I'm going to go 4 out of 10 right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you, Dionne. I was going to say 5. It's been, for me, as about as average as
Yeah,
it
very
possibly
much
could
so.
be. You drafted good players, but you added them to positions that you already had filled.
You have potentially 2 potentially great players, though. So that's why, you don't know
of
that.
course, but how many weeks have we sat here and talked about the fact that the Bears need to shop at the hardware store before they shop at the toy store, and you got more toys. And I know they upgraded the interior of that offensive line, yes, but 68 sacks tells me that they don't have a lot of other depth on that roster.
But if you overpay at the hardware store, you still have a crappy house that you built, okay? So they
Don't you have a foundation,
They got
though?
the second. Some people looked at the tight end position as Loveland being 1A with Tyler Warren. So they got either the best tight end or equal to the best tight end. They got what did we look at wide receivers? Top 5?
Top 5
They got a top
that
5,
were available.
A top 5 wide receiver. Okay, so I think everyone's really caught on what they need. And if you're looking at just the draft and did they get studs, they've got a couple of studs here. Let's just see if it's enough to build a really nice house or if it's just going to be an okay house.
I think I'm just, like I said, I'm sadly still carrying probably entirely too much skepticism. So that's where that 4 comes from for me. But I agree with you, Jack. I feel like it's been very kind of average.
Don't you guys think, though, that we all fall in love with the names? Everyone, think about it. Who did everyone's like, if it's not Will Campbell and if it's not Genty, if it's not, like, we were falling in love with the names.
Well, that's because there aren't that many of those superstar names.
So
I think
they're
that
gone.
could be why. Right. Well, we knew that. We knew they were going to be gone.
So let's not try to make some of the guys that were left into superstars that the top 5 actually were or are supposed to be.
I would agree with you, but I think you have to look at pick 1 and pick 2 in the context of each other. If you in a vacuum, I think the Colston Loveland pick is a very good pick because he's a very good player.
Right.
In a vacuum, I think Luther Burden's a great pick, but I also need to acknowledge that they needed help on the edge, and they still need probably another depth offensive line piece, which they got a little bit later but could have had higher. If you had drafted Colston Loveland and then an edge, I'd be putting it at a 7 or an 8.
See,
if you
I
had
agree with
drafted an edge rusher and then Luther Burden, I think I'd be at about an 8.
Because you are looking at their needs.
Because I'm looking at a full picture of it, and I can't just
Jack,
right now look at just those picks.
If I'm making a fruit salad and I go to the farmer's market.
Yummy, yummy, yeah.
And they don't have the fruit that makes it an amazing fruit salad, am I going to just go settle and say, look at my great fruit salad? Or does it just become another fruit salad because I bought what they had there?
But that's what I think we're going to have is just another fruit salad.
That's not what they did. They went the opposite, and they went for studs, even though they may not need them. We'll see who's going to eat my fruit salad and who's going to eat your fruit salad.
I don't want fruit salad. I don't know. We'll see. Mark it down. We'll talk about it more.